My fiancé, Trevor, spent 3 months planning our engagement party down to every last detail, from the color-coordinated napkins to the custom cocktails. What he failed to plan for was actually spending time with me, which became painfully clear 20 minutes into the event at the upscale restaurant he'd rented. I stood near the entrance greeting people I barely knew while Trevor worked the room like a politician, shaking hands and telling a polished, romantic version of the proposal story. His version conveniently omitted the part where I had to prompt him twice to actually say the words because he was focused on the ring's clarity rate. Every time I tried to catch his eye across the room, he was deep in conversation, gesturing enthusiastically and never once glancing my way. About 30 minutes in, his mother, Constance, constantly swooped in, air-kissing my cheeks while holding her phone out to capture the moment for social media. "Darling, you look lovely, though I do wish you'd gone with the Vera Wang dress I sent you the link for," she said, adjusting my neckline without permission. "This is a bit too simple for such an important occasion, don't you think?" Before I could respond, she was pulling me toward her friends, introducing me as Trevor's fiancé, while somehow making it sound like a temporary position I was auditioning for. The women asked polite questions about wedding plans, and I mentioned we're thinking maybe a spring wedding, only for Constance to immediately correct me with a patronizing laugh. "Oh dear, spring is far too soon. We'll need at least 18 months to plan something appropriate for the family, probably a fall wedding in 2 years." She stage whispered to her friends, she's still learning how these things work. I excused myself to get another drink, fighting the tightness in my throat that always appeared when Constance spoke of me like a particularly slow student. At the bar, Trevor's college roommate, Nathan, ordered shots while barely acknowledging me, though we'd met at least 5 times. His girlfriend, Melissa, gave me a sympathetic smile that suggested she knew exactly how invisible I felt. I ordered a wine I didn't want and spotted Trevor in the corner with his best man, Christopher, both laughing at something on a phone. The bartender set down my wine, noticing my white knuckles gripping the bar. I paid for the drink I wouldn't finish and headed to the bathroom, just 5 minutes away from cracking my happy bride-to-be performance. The fancy restaurant bathroom, complete with a velvet ottoman, was where I finally allowed myself to acknowledge what had been building all evening. This party wasn't about us or our future. It was about Trevor showing off, proving he'd successfully checked another box on the path to partnership at his firm. The engagement itself had felt the same, executed at the exact restaurant where his parents got engaged, with his entire family coincidentally present because his mother had planned a birthday dinner. I should have seen the pattern, but I convinced myself I was too sensitive. I had been crying for perhaps 2 minutes, trying to keep quiet when a soft knock came at the door. I called out, my voice cracked. "I know," a woman's voice replied. "I saw you come in here looking upset, and I want to make sure you're okay. I'm Freya. I'm here with the Carmichael party. Probably crashed your event, honestly." I opened the door to find a woman my age with kind eyes. She held up her hands and said, "I know this is weird, but I've been watching you all night, and you look like you need a friend right now." Her directness made the tears rush faster. Before I could stop myself, I was telling this complete stranger everything. How Trevor proposed in front of his entire family before I'd even said yes, assuming my answer and giving me no real choice. How after 3 years, I felt like I was still auditioning for a role in his life. How his mother had opinions about everything, and Trevor never once stood up for me. Freya listened without interruption, offering tissues. When I ran out of words, she said something I desperately needed to hear. "That sounds exhausting, and you don't sound like someone who's excited to marry this man." The truth of it hit me so hard I had to sit back down on the ottoman.